778 FICO score. Yes. Let's get into how to remove all your negative, nasty, erroneous items off your credit reports. Yes, that's right. We're live. 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. Also, if you're watching this right now, please hit that subscribe button. You can gently tap that subscribe button. You can smash that subscribe button. You can touch the bell for notifications. Whatever it is, you want to join the subscribe tribe. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to put my email in here. We do the questions and answers, and I get to go and I get to talk and I get to answering questions and getting into repairing your credit. And I might miss one, but I want you to email me. I was up early this morning like I usually do, even on a Saturday. Every day is a work day, right? Even on a Saturday. I got through all the emails and want to make sure that if you have questions, I can answer you. So please email me. Please ask your questions here. We're talking about this individual who, this is very interesting. This individual just in March had a 651 credit score. And they wanted to say, I wanted to thank you for all the help that I received from you, your videos, the DIY credit repair package, which you can get at 609creditrepair.com. Get that Beyond Covenant package. Again, we could do the work for you at the Awesome Life Group. And wanted to share my results with you. 651. Now this person is up at 778. 105 point up. And very good. Almost to that super high, excellent, perfect 800 credit score, right? Not that far off. Okay. This is the type of stuff you can get to. This individual now has gone from, getting okay, good rates to getting phenomenal rates, right? Getting unbelievable interest rates. This individual is going to be able to build wealth for their family with a better house, mortgage, whatever it is, right? So this is the type of stuff. Jerome, put my stuff down here. Wait, put my stuff. Jerome. That's Jerome's up late, partying like he does on a weekend. With no partying, Jerome. It's credit repair 24/7, 400 days a year. Okay, so let's get into your questions right now. Someone said, hey, B and Jerome, appreciate it. I'm going to see you. People saying good morning. I appreciate it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you might be in the world. Okay, worldwide, right? Well, at least here in the United States. Yes. All right. Happy Saturday. That's good, Brian. Hello, newbie here. Hello from Maryland. All right, DK Andrews just signed up for Awesome Life Group. First letter just went out. Excellent. Subscribe to is Jerome on vacation. LOL. Hilarious. Excellent. Actually, I had another question that came in the comments, and this individual says, hey, I have the same account. We talked about this before. I have the same account twice as a negative from the credit grantor, right? The original creditor, person who charged off, the company that charged it off, and the collection agency. So it's showing that I owe twice. The balance is on there twice, which is not okay. That can be a violation, right? That's a violation because you can have a balance, a potential alleged balance on one charge off or one collection, but you can't have it on both, right? Because now it says this individual saying, now I'm getting hit with it twice. It's messing with her credit utilization. It's messing with her credit score. This is the type of stuff. This is why it's so devastating and terrible and these inaccuracies, because it's like getting hit with a double whammy. So you want to make sure that you dispute this stuff. And one can be, here's the thing, unverified account, unverified balance, right? Yes, absolutely. And so when you put that in there with that account, that charge off, that partial account number, so people are asking, hey man, do I need that full account number? You'll only ever get the partial account number. You can use the partial account number, okay? And make sure that you're getting them free reports, right? You get free reports right now. During these times of COVID-19, accessing your credit is important right here on annualcreditreport.com is what they say. That's why Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are now offering free weekly online reports through April 2021. All right. And I'll put that link in here for you. You get your free reports, see what's on there, right? Oftentimes, there's a lot of inaccurate stuff like this, a lot of unverified stuff like this, a lot of erroneous, unverified, obsolete, outdated stuff. like this. Okay, so you can dispute this stuff. And when you get your 3 reports, which you can now get for free weekly, you can see the inaccuracies. You can see the stuff that is reporting inaccurately on all 3 bureaus. And they're supposed to be standardized. They're supposed to be basically the same, right? So you can send in your dispute letters and dispute these unverified items, these inaccurate items, these obsolete, outdated items, 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for the Awesome Life Group. All right. Let's see what other. Darnell. Okay. I need to remove closed accounts. First and foremost, I'm getting the idea that these closed accounts are charged off, right, Darnell? Or collections, right? These closed accounts are negative. That's why you want to dispute them. If they're positive, you leave them alone. Now, I only bring that up because I had an individual before who sent in credit report and it was positive. It's like, I want to remove these closed accounts. And it's like, those are positive. You can leave them alone. But if they're negative, they're adverse, you can dispute these right with the bureaus. And if they're collections as well, you can dispute with the collectors as well. Okay. Silky Black, my score went up 150 points since June. It was in the tank before. Is that was that the tank? It was in the tank before. Excellent. 150 points. That's excellent. That's excellent. That's phenomenal. Even if you're at 500, now you get at what, 650, right? Now you're in that place where you could potentially purchase a home, right? When you couldn't before. And this is since June. It's August, right? Maybe 60 days. And you're in a position where you could potentially purchase a home and start building wealth. I mean, that's phenomenal. And you can still build and you can still get to that 700 credit score, right? That 800 credit score. That's only what you've done in 60 days. That's phenomenal. Take it easy on Jerome. All right. This is a great question. Miss Lee Anderson. All right. Hi. Can I still, I'm going to get close. Can I still send a method of verification at the same time I request a LexisNexis freeze? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. You can send your method of verification letter, right? Because in round 2, we demand to know how they quote unquote verified this stuff. You can send it right to the bureaus. You could even send it to LexisNexis if you're disputing with LexisNexis. And yes, you can ask for your LexisNexis to be frozen at that same time. You can ask for your credit reports to be frozen and you can still dispute at the same time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. You can do it. You can do this. Okay. Will positive trade lines still be able to report if I freeze my LexisNexis, if you freeze something like SageStream, CoreLogic, the smaller bureaus, ARS, Innovis, if you freeze these smaller bureaus, yes, good positive history can still be added to your main 3 credit reports, right? Yes. A lot of people have asked too, hey man, I got the ARS, I got the SageStream, I got the, LexisNexis frozen, do I need to open that stuff up? The smaller bureaus, typically you don't have to open that up to apply for new credit, typically, okay? US Bank uses ARS typically. So if for some reason you want a US Bank credit card or something like that, then you might have to unfreeze ARS. But typically, no, typically you're good to go. Normally you've got the main 3 bureaus open, you can apply for credit and get, trade lines, right? And that's why you want to be here. That's why you want to subscribe. Hit that subscribe tribe button, that bell for notifications. You can even jump on thesubscribetribe.com. I just sent out an email that I went live, right? So you get notifications so you can ask all your questions here and get on the live with me. Should I remove positive student loans from my credit report? Okay. This is positive, right? So if you're disputing these negative items, that could help your score, right? Could it affect your score? Yeah, that could affect your score and it's positive. So that would maybe be a negative move for your score, right? So that's a situation where you're thinking, okay, well, maybe my debt to income ratio will be better. My debt will be lower overall. And maybe you're going for a home and it'll look better. So you have to weigh that out for yourself in your specific situation, because overall, having good positive history on there is going to make your credit score better, right? So depends what your goal is. Chances are, if you're got good positive history and it's all good all the time, you're going to be able to qualify for that home and that interest rate that you're looking for, or that car, or that, business trade lines and all that good stuff, business credit. You're probably going to be stronger having good positive history. Okay. Emmanuel, love your content. It's really helped me. Excellent. Very good. Very good. I'm glad. Appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. And yeah, please email me. Again, if you have questions, I'll put my email in here again. If you have questions, I will, and have this morning, even got through all the emails. I will email you. I will get back to you, because I know I get to talking and going and rolling and talking about one question, then 2 or 3 more will pop up. So I want to make sure I answer all your questions. Okay. I followed you, helped me raise my husband's score from 440, and now it's at 680. Okay. His score is even better than mine. That's excellent. Very good. Very good. 440, and 440s, again, can't really apply for anything. Can't really do much with that. Now in the 680s, you're maybe about 20 points away from the 700s, right? You can keep building. You can keep building good credit. From 440, not really being able to do 680. Home, business credit, opportunity, life-changing opportunity. You want to get to the other side. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you, theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. Let's see. I'm glad I caught you live. That's it. All right. What if my collection agency, quote unquote, doesn't want to negotiate with me because the statutes of limitation have passed? Well, that's interesting. In this position, I don't really know why you would want to negotiate anything with them. The statutes of limitation have passed, right? So this is where you want to dispute with the bureaus, and you can dispute with the collectors, because the statutes of limitation are done. They're outside this ability for them to continue to come and pursue, or anything like that, as far as taking a court or something like that. It's outside their statutes of limitation. They don't want to deal with it. They're very much so showing you that they don't want to deal with it anymore. This is where you dispute. This is where you get off your reports. This is where you get to the other side and get your credit score squared away. You know what I mean? And another individual asked, and this is maybe some people are thinking about that, but this individual was questioning, hey, how do I dispute and remove collections, right, without resetting potential statute of limitation? Only paying typically will restart the statute of limitation clock, right? So you can dispute this. You can dispute this negative, nasty, erroneous stuff. And if they try to, quote unquote, re-age, right, or restart the clock, you have that inaccuracy. You have your credit reports now every week for free, annualcreditreport.com, right? And you can show the discrepancies, and you can say, and you have violations, and they do not want to have to deal with potentially $1,000 per violation, per bureau, per every situation for a collector who wants to play games, right? And, it's very rare. It's very rare. But you have recourse. This individual saying, hey, I'm worried about, no. You can dispute this stuff. They're not allowed to re-age and restart statutes of limitation like that, okay? And that's it, white Lamborghini. That's exactly it, right? So you have the proof that they're trying to play games like that, trying to, quote unquote, re-age or move things around and things like that. You can show the discrepancy, demand it to be removed, file your complaints, all that good stuff. You have them. You trap them up. That's the whole thing. This is why it's so important to utilize the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act when you send these letters, because then they know that and you are letting them know that the rights, and this is what happens next. And if you don't do with this is what will have to happen. And then you can show proof later down the line when you file your complaints that, in fact, we all were on the same page. We all know what's happening. They did not abide by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. They want to violate my rights. And so they have violated my rights. And now they need to delete this stuff and demand that this stuff is deleted. Okay. I want to get some late payments off. Okay. You can send your late payment dispute letter. You could start with goodwill letters. In fact, in some cases, goodwill letters, you could even state, hey, I don't know how this would potentially be late. I never knew that this could be late. I didn't know that this was late. I need you to prove that this was late. I have no, because perhaps you don't remember, right? You're like, what is it? How, what? All right. So that's the type of stuff that you can do in goodwill letters as well, right? You can dispute your late payments, unverified late payments. The burden of proof is on them, right? Prove to me that I was ever late. Jose, what if one bureau's removed my collection? That's fantastic. Okay. You got one bureau removed the collection so far. You want the other two. Sometimes they push back, play games, right? They're like, oh, well, we quote unquote verified, but the other bureaus wasn't able to verify, right? So you can show them proof. You can show them proof that it was deleted from one bureau to the next, and you can send your 609 dispute letter in with that as well. Yes, they will have to prove 100%, right, that was 100% verifiable, but it wasn't with the other bureaus. So how are they able to, right? And that's what the second round letter demands. I want to know who and how and all this good stuff. Who verified? How did you verify it? It goes on and on and on, and it lists all of the specific Fair Credit Reporting Act statutes in there, okay? Yes, so this is the type of inaccuracy stuff that we talk about. Mike was saying, hey man, this collection is reporting 3 different account numbers on 3 different bureaus. You can show them that and demand that be deleted, these unverified accounts, unverified, inaccurate information, right? You can put both of those reasons for your dispute, and you can show them that they have to have a standardized one reporting for all 3. They have a standard system. Can settled accounts, Alberto asks, can settled accounts be removed, disputed, even if I paid lower lump sum payments? Please read it. Okay. Yes. The answer to that question is yes. You want to dispute these. So Alberto, you probably haven't disputed because you were like, oh, I paid it and all this. No, dispute this stuff. They don't want to have to deal with it. They don't want to have to quote unquote sit there and verify something for, they're not going to make any money on it. And they probably couldn't. And unfortunately, don't be paying them collectors, right? Hey, Jerome, don't be paying them collectors. Maybe you didn't see these videos, right? You didn't see these videos before. You didn't know you could dispute. You didn't understand that that was a possibility for you. And so you got kind of, intimidated or frightened or scared into paying. You did. Oh, well, right. It's all done and well, it's done. It's over. Right. Now you can dispute and get it out of there, right? Get it out of there. And let this be a cautionary tale for individuals who might be watching now. You can dispute these unverified, obsolete, outdated, inaccurate information, right? So these unverified collections, you dispute these things, right? It's okay. It's unfortunate. You have to pay, it's unfortunate, but you can dispute that now. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Wonderful says, because of you, I raised my score from 613 to 732. Thank you. Now I have a question on business credit. Okay, cool. How do I get it? Okay. How do I check in on it? Just started a new LLC. Okay. So when I first started a new business, right, I used my personal credit score. So you have a 732 to get funding, right, to get credit cards that would allow me to start. And I'm telling you what, it was very helpful because it keeps everything nice and separate. It keeps my my personal credit utilization down. Start building business credit for when they report to the business bureaus. A good site for just keeping track of things for yourself in the beginning, nav.com. And it's very good for business credit. I'm going to put that right here. And you can start tracking your own things. Of course, Dun & Bradstreet, another good place. DMB as we call it, right? Dun & Bradstreet. Of course, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you the list to get the free number. pulling that up right now as we talk. Right now. And there we go. Bam. Excellent. So this is phenomenal. Fantastic. 732, you can start building business credit, get business funding. Now, if you're looking to build business credit with no personal guarantee, it takes a little bit more time, right? It's like building your own personal credit. It takes a little time. The company, your company, the LLC, would have to utilize the vendors, right? So net 30s, net 45, depending on what the terms are, there are vendors out there that will do that, right? So we utilize things like Quill and Pitney Bowes and Uline and, all sorts of different, um, you know, vendors out there that might even be local to you, furniture, phones, all sorts of things that you might utilize, right? You move up to store cards, Dell, Staples, Apple, Amazon now has corporate credit and store cards and things. So you can start building that way. Even leases could just be on your EIN that report to the bureaus that are specifically for business, and you can check a look at nav.com for those for you, and make sure your codes are all good and your let's see, the SIC code. Okay, so standard industry classification. It's a 4-digit code that categorizes your industry for your company. Make sure that's correct. Okay, standard industry codes were the ones that kind of replaced the 6-digit code. Okay, and those were the North American Industry Classification Code, or the NAICS. But the standard industry code, standard industry classification 4-digit code is now standard and is important because you want to make sure that that's right. Because if it says you're doing retail when you're actually doing something that's a little bit more design, right? So maybe you're a designer in creating clothing and they got you classified as retail. Well, that might be a little bit different as far as your business lending, okay? Or vice versa. Or if you're doing something that's a bit more, hauling or business related towards freight, as opposed to perhaps online shipping, right? This is a little bit different, and those codes can be different, right? So you might want to take a look, because that can change your funding as you get up into when we talked about those cash cards, right? Those unsecured cash cards. So that's kind of the breakdown. Also, we have ALG business credit, but we can do the work for you. All right, I'll put that in there. All right, let me get back here too. I boosted my credit almost 80 points in under 30 days. Excellent, very good. Does disputing restart the clock? Nope. Typically only paying. Nope. Sorry, this stuff mode. James, you can dispute non-account holding inquiries if you have a good account with that inquiry. Chances are now you can build credit with that good credit card, that good line of credit, right? Typically, 1 hard inquiry, 2 hard inquiries for your good credit lines of credit are fine, because you're going to build good credit over a period of time. If you want to dispute non-account holding inquiries, you can. If you dispute something that's negative, so maybe the account is now negative, right? And you're like, well, I want to get this negative account off of here, and this charge off account, or whatever it might be, and this hard inquiry, then you could do both at the same time. But typically non-account holding inquiries. Okay. Which business credit cards do you recommend to go after first? Interesting. Okay. Well, it depends on what is right for you in your scenario, right? So, are you looking for a cashback card that you're going to be able to utilize and put back into your business? Or are you looking for something that is more rewards points based where you need to travel for your business, right? So, it depends what's right for you. Make sure that you have the right cards for your situation. Yes. Now, big banks are typically what I would say, they tend to have the ability to give you longer, bigger credit limits, the Chases, the Bank of Americas, you know, the big companies tend to be able to give bigger lines of credit. And that's, I'm not saying you have to use it all up, but the thing is it still looks good to potential lenders when you have a lot of available credit, right? Is that Experian Boost real? Experian Linda? There have been a few people that, here on the tribe, we don't really, look at that as a recommendation as much. People in the tribe really haven't looked at that as a recommendation. Experian Boost. You might actually want to look at something more like a Self.Inc., right? Formerly Self-Lender, something like that to help build credit if you're, starting out, right? My Jewelers Club card is another good one if you're just starting out, rebuilding. Make sure they work for you and your budget. But my Jewelers Club card, store card, that gives you a $5,000 trade line, right? So that's very, very good. The Self is a secured loan that helps your credit mix. Revolving credit also is very, very good for credit scores, right? So like a My Jewelers Club card, or again, New Coast Direct does the same thing, a 5K trade line. Yes. I'm pulling that up right now for you, the link. With these two, trade lines right out of the gate, if you're starting out less than perfect credit, right? You could get 10K worth of trade lines, which then gives you more available credit. It's revolving credit, and it starts letting you build good on-time payment history, much like Self-Lender, right? So you have these things available to you pretty much right away. Double check, make sure it works for your budget, because I think you have, like a fee and you have to purchase something like that, right? But if that's not where you at, you don't want to do that. It's great. It's fine. You can dispute these negative, nasty, erroneous items. You can get your score moving up, and then get your own unsecured, big bank credit card, something like a Chase, a Capital One, a B of A, something that's going to, start building in your own name and whatnot. Okay. It's a white Lamborghini goes skirt, skirt. Self-Lender is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm glad the tribe comes back. Lets everyone know what's good. Appreciate it. Hey, guys and girls and gals, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on the end of our live stream. I'm having a great time, but I do have to get back to all the great emails, the work, sending out the letters for the disputes, working with clients and customers. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you. theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. Please give us a thumbs up. I appreciate it. All right. And again, I'm putting my email in here. Please email me if I didn't get to your question. I missed it. All right. Let's see here. Maybe one more question. I'm up here when I missed all these questions here. All right. How do you feel about Rental Karma and Rent Reporter? Hey, that's a great question. Adding your rent, if that's a way for you to, if you're going to pay it on time all the time, right, and you can do that and boost your credit, that may be a good solution for you as well, along with the rent reporting, along with the, the primary trade lines, with the, self-lenders, with the all the ways to boost your credit, along with disputing these negative, nasty, erroneous items off of there, right? Get that out, get the bad stuff off of there, get the good stuff on there. You got this, all right? 609creditrepair.com. We can do it for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. I really love being here. I'm very glad and grateful to be of service to you guys. Please email me if you need anything, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.